It's bubbly. Hey guys, so I have been away from YouTube for several months now, so I apologize for that. I kind of wanted to just do like an update on what's been going on in my life. So it's been pretty crazy for the past couple of months. Basically a year ago, or over a year ago now, in October of 2018, we had a hurricane, a Category 5 hurricane. So it pretty much wiped the whole city out, or, surrounding areas too. So it took, and things still aren't back to normal, but it took about a year really for everyone to even start to get back to normal feeling. And things still don't look right around town. And a lot of people still don't even have their insurance money from their insurance companies, which to me, I think that's so ridiculous because their houses have been open to the elements and everything for a year now. So all of their stuff is ruined, and it's just a lot of sad cases too. But a lot of good has come out of it too. I guess when things like that happen, it brings a community together, and also you have to focus on what good is going to come out of it. So a lot of things have been updated and remodeled, and a lot of things that we probably wouldn't have gotten new, they're now, putting newer subdivisions in, and just, I think a lot of it, it's going to take time, but it is going to actually, I don't want to say benefit from that, but we are going to grow from it. So that part's good. So that was a little over a year ago. And then that kind of prompted me to make a big decision on switching career paths or not careers, but basically like what job I was in. Because I was a medical biller and coder for several years, and where I liked that work and I liked the people that I worked with, and I liked my job. I liked what I did because I'm comfortable with numbers and I like dealing with that part of it and the back end. So I'm not really much with dealing with people so much. I'm an introvert, so I like to be off on my own to do my job, and that's how I get things done, and I'm more productive that way. So to me, that environment, it fit me. So I really liked that, but it was just, I needed something different. And when me and my husband had got married, we had talked about, me switching jobs and just trying something different, because I had always been in medical. And because out of high school, I went and worked. This is going to be like a really long video. I feel like, sorry. Everything I'm talking about has like a reason to why I'm getting to where I'm supposed to be getting to. But so right out of high school, I went into mental health counseling. I wasn't a counselor myself. I just worked in an office. So we did different things there, and so I was there for about 8 years. And then I switched over to the medical side, doing coding and billing on that side of it, instead of mental health side. So anyway, I was there for about 4.5 years. And I felt like I needed to do something different. And I kind of wanted to get out of medical. I didn't really want to be in that area anymore. Not that I didn't like it, but that I just needed to try new things, because, I think it's like the more you do something, it's what else is out there for me. Or, you always have those thoughts like, would I be better at something else, or should I try something? Because you never know if you have a different career path, you know, what you will be comfortable with. And I never did finish college, so I didn't have a specific degree to go to, like nursing, or, you know, I didn't even really know what path I wanted to do even back then. So it was always kind of, you know, just what was going to come my direction, I guess. And I've been really lucky and really blessed so far to have had the jobs that I've had, and got to work with really great people too. So that being said, I totally switched gears on my career choice, and my husband actually found the job listing for the company that I work with now. And I was thinking, what? There's no way they're gonna hire me. Like, I don't have any background in that whatsoever. And he said, no, I really think you should apply. So I did, and I got hired. And so I've been with the company since February, and I love them. Like, I love everybody there. I love the company. Yeah, it's been a really great transition too. Now, I can't say that I'm super duper good at what I do because it is totally different than anything I've ever done before. So there was a huge learning curve. Like, I wasn't familiar with anything, nothing. Still, probably even to this day, I can say it doesn't really feel natural to me yet. But I feel like I'm getting there. I'm warming up to like my tasks that I have to do. So, but anyways, so that has been a huge transition in our lives too. My husband, he was going to school for being a helicopter pilot. So for a while we actually lived apart, and that was really hard. So being married and not even living in the same state, that was really difficult, but he made it through, and I have to say, he is an excellent pilot. I am scared to death of heights, and I got into the helicopter and I was still really scared. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was really nervous about going, but I went because I trust him more than I probably trust anybody. And he's very OCD, so I know he was checking everything really thoroughly, which I appreciate. So, and it was actually a really amazing experience. Yeah, I would highly recommend, if you've never been in a helicopter, definitely go on a helicopter tour ride or anywhere. A lot of times they'll have them around beaches or tourist areas too. But yes, I would highly recommend it. It was amazing. And I'm like scared to death of heights, and I loved it. I went again, like shortly after that. I went again with him, but yes, it was very, very nice. So we're super excited about that too. And I know he was so glad to be out of school because it was a really long school experience for him. And he's just so glad to be out of school and being a pilot and working and flying, and he loves it. So that part is really amazing. And now that we're finally living together and we're finally in the same state and the same house, and it's just a lot of things have happened this year where they've all come together, and so just like a lot of really good has come out of 2019. So I guess leading up to that, when my husband finally moved back in, he finished school in July, and he finally got to move fully into the house. So we were finally living together full time, and we had never done that before, like as long as we've been together. And we've been together before we got married for 6 years. So we actually got married on our 6-year anniversary. So we've been together almost 8 years now, and it just doesn't even seem, no, it has been, no, it's been over 8 years. Oh my goodness. It's been over 8 years since we've been together. That's crazy to think about. Oh wow. So we've only been living together for a short period of that. So that was a huge transition too in itself. So getting him settled in and everything, and finally like getting him started work, and I had a new job, so everything was like falling into place. So it was probably around, let's see, it was November 6th was when I found out, but it was probably about the end of September to beginning of October. There was a few weeks in that period where I was having a lot of really weird health issues, and I really wasn't sure what was going on. I started to think that it could have been my heart, and so that was like pretty concerning too, because they were really scary symptoms that I was having, and it was just not normal. And I've never felt good. If y'all know me, like I've never felt well. Pretty much like most of my life, I've always had ailments, and I've always had something going on, and I usually stay pretty sick too. So to me, it wasn't like something I, like needed to go to the hospital about or anything like that, but it was concerning to me, the length of time that it went on. And I had wanted to schedule an appointment with a doctor to have blood work done, thinking, okay, well, something is wrong, like something's off. I need some kind of, like, I need to figure out what's going on. Well, and then it subsided, and I thought, okay, well, that was really strange, and maybe it's because I'm not taking care of myself, because we had so much stuff going on in that time frame that, I wasn't exercising, like I wasn't eating well, and it was just a lot of crazy things like that. So I thought, well, I'll just let it go. Well, everybody at work, when I was telling them my symptoms, they said, no, you're pregnant. I was like, what? That has nothing to do with pregnancy symptoms. It feels like I'm having heart issues. And they said, no, you're pregnant. And so I'm just thinking, I think I would know if I was pregnant. Like, I just kept telling him that, like, I think I would know if I was pregnant. So, turns out I was pregnant. So the whole time I was pregnant, and those were pregnancy symptoms, and I'm thinking, wow, I thought I was having a heart attack. Like, legit felt like I was dying. One of the days I went into work, everyone was really concerned for me. I literally looked like I was dying. So I'm like, no, I'm here, I'm good. I made it to work, we're all good. So, and I think it was probably a day after that, I actually called in sick from work because I had woken up, went into the bathroom, and almost hit the floor. I almost passed out. Everything went black, and I started hearing these like terrible sizzling noises in my head, really, really loud too. Like it sounded like someone was cooking bacon, except in my brain. Like I thought my brain was melting, and I just started sweating profusely, and I was like so sick to my stomach. And I finally made it back into the bedroom. I just collapsed on the carpet, or the rug that's next to the bed, collapsed on the rug. And my husband, he looks down and he's like, what are you doing? And I guess he thought I was playing around or something. And he's like, what are you doing? Like laying on the floor, you weirdo, And I just look up at him, and I'm like face down, right, on my stomach. And I look up at him and I'm just like, something's seriously wrong. I don't feel good at all. And then he realized by the way I was responding that something was really wrong. So he gets up out of bed and he's like, well, get up, like get into bed, you know, like get off the floor basically. And so he gets up to go help me up, and all I could do was just like hold my arm, like my limp arms, you know, for him to like help me up. And it's just the sizzling noise was so loud. I just remember that and thinking, that's not normal. Like my brain was melting. I probably had a fever of like 105. I don't even know what was going on, but yeah, I was definitely like overheating. Like I was shorting out pretty much. And so he went to go grab a hold of my arms to lift me up, and he was like, ew, why are you wet? I was like, I don't know. I'm sweating so bad and my brain is on fire. Like I couldn't even describe what it felt like. But anyways, needless to say, I didn't go to work that day and I took a pregnancy test. Turns out I was pregnant. So if you feel like your brain is sizzling apart and like steam's like blowing out of your ears, it's probably not a good sign. Probably need to go buy like a first response, or what are those tests called? Yeah, first response or something like that. Well, anyway, yeah. So when I took the test, it was on November 6th. So it was a little ways after that. And when I took it, I looked at the results and I was thinking, no way. There's no way. I was still in denial. I was still thinking, I would know if I was pregnant. Like, I just feel like that's something, okay, if you have a little baby inside of you, I feel like you would know that. And you would just automatically be nurturing and want to nest and like, I don't know what I thought it was supposed to be like. But yeah, I was violently ill. That's what it was like for me. But it didn't last very long. It was only a couple of weeks, really about only 3 weeks. And then all of the symptoms that I was experiencing went away. And that part scared me too, because I'm thinking, okay, well, that's not good, right? Because I always figured, given my history and how my body has responded to things in the past and how I'm always sick, I figured I was going to be one of those pregnant women that stayed nauseous or vomiting through the entire pregnancy, or just had the worst ailments like you could think of. Yeah, and it wasn't. So that part scared me too. So I had made an appointment with my doctor, but they couldn't get me in for like a month and a half. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I need to know what to do now. I'm like, I can't carry this baby, you know, for a month and a half without knowing, am I eating right? What's the best prenatal vitamins? Like, should I be exercising? I needed to know. So we have a pregnancy center that's in our community too. So I scheduled an appointment with them and they got me in the next day. I mean, it was amazing. And the people there are so nice. Everybody there was amazing. Like, I can't even say enough good things about them. They were so great and they made me feel so comfortable, and I can't even say like enough good things about them. I mean, they were amazing. So I got in there and we were doing the date frame of basically when my last cycle was, and to, I guess, figure out like how far along I was at that point. So we figured out that I was already at the end of 12 weeks. I was like, whoa, like, I've been pregnant for 12 weeks and I didn't know it. And I've been in denial the whole time. Like, Like, does this happen to anybody else? I'm like, I could have just went through like the whole pregnancy and just been getting like really round. Be like, no, I think I'd know, if I was pregnant or not. But that part was really shocking how far ahead I already was. And then I started panicking too, because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I haven't been on prenatal vitamins, and I'm sure I haven't been eating that great, and I haven't been exercising. And so then I'm thinking the first couple of weeks are like the most important in development, aren't they? I'm just thinking the poor baby's brain is already developed, and here I am, haven't even taken any kind of vitamins whatsoever, and I've literally felt like I was dying for most of those 12 weeks, so I'm thinking, oh my Lord, what have I done to our child? So that part was probably like the scariest moment and the happiest moment too, because it was confirmed that I was pregnant. And then of course, like immediately started prenatal vitamins like right away. So I'm like thinking, okay, hope this stuff kicks in, because I've done already ruined it, but so we went in to do the sonogram, and immediately, right when she put the, what are they called? The Doppler, not the Doppler. Well, I guess it would be like a Doppler scanner, but anyways, when she, right when she put it on my stomach, there was the baby immediately on the screen. She's like, oh my gosh, there's your baby. And she said, well, I'm so thin that it wasn't going to be hard for her to find the baby anyways. So, and she found the baby right away. So, and y'all, let me just tell you, that baby was the cutest thing any of y'all have ever seen. So, of course, I was like tearing up and everything, so I could barely see the screen, right? So I was really emotional too, and that was probably like part of the hormones too, because I don't cry in front of people unless I'm like really mad at something, and then you better look out, because if it gets to the point where I have to cry, we're in trouble. So I was definitely tearing up, and then, oh man, as soon as she flipped on hearing the heartbeat, I lost it. I don't know what it was, the difference of seeing the baby, because the baby was really cute and you could see the perfect profile of the baby, and oh my gosh, so cute. But there was just something about hearing the heartbeat that I was just like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful, like, why? I don't know. I don't know why it was so different from the visual to hearing it, but yeah, it was definitely an emotional experience. I don't know if Wesley cried or not, because he was a little ways behind me, so I couldn't really see him that well while we were doing the scan. But yeah, so it was confirmed that there was a baby in there. And so then we just had to wait around to tell the family. And that was like the hardest part too, because we knew well ahead of time. And so we were trying to figure out how to tell everybody at once. And so we thought, okay, well, we have to wait until Thanksgiving, because then everyone will kind of be together and we'll be with family, and it'll just be like a really nice, surprise. So we had to keep that secret for weeks. And that was, it was so hard. And yeah, I don't know if anybody suspected it, because I was getting a little belly on me. But nobody said anything to ruin it. So that was good. I'm proud of them for that, because I feel like Mom would have definitely been after me, oh, what are you're gaining a little bit of weight right there, like she would be suspecting something for sure. But Thanksgiving was so fun. Everyone, of course, was super ecstatic, you know, and it was a really good day and experience for everybody. Oh, I'll have to show you my shirt that I ordered. Okay, so I had ordered this shirt and it says, Happy Thanksgiving, also I'm pregnant. So we just thought it was something really funny. It was like, hey, by the way, you know, we're having a baby. But I had made this little gift for my mom, and because I knew she's been waiting for her grandbaby too, she keeps mentioning it, you know, several times. So, and I think she thought it was probably going to come soon because Wesley had finally, you know, like finished school and things were kind of settling for us. So it was probably going to be, you know, like not too long before we started to have a family. So I made this little card and I gave it to her on Thanksgiving, and I said, you know, just because of how much you do for us and just because we're so thankful for everything, you know, you do, we wanted to go ahead and give you a Christmas present early. So, of course, everyone was like, what? You know? So, inside this little, it's actually meant for gift cards. So I thought, okay, well, she's just gonna think it's something that they can use, you know, before Christmas time. So when she opened it, it was a little card, and on the inside of it, it said, maybe pink, maybe blue, all we know is that we're due, 2020. And like, everybody screamed and they were so excited. It was so cute. And I'm standing over there and I'm just like, what? You know, my mom's saying, no, oh my gosh, are you serious? You know, and she's freaking out. And then she turns to my mother-in-law and they just lock hands and then they start skipping around in a circle saying, we're having a baby. Like, I'm not even there anymore. I mean, it's like, it's past me and they're already on to the grandbaby, you know? So that was really funny. And luckily we had that on camera. So that part was really cute. But yeah, everyone was so excited. And then the part came where, okay, we had to wait to find the gender. So we finally went through agonizing weeks up till my appointment of when I had originally scheduled it, the month and a half that I had to wait for my regular doctor's appointment. So finally get there and we're just like, oh my gosh, I really hope that they can tell the sex, because I was hearing people say that you have to be about 18 weeks. And at that point I was only 16. So I was thinking, oh, well, you know, if they can't, then that's okay. I will go and do the Harmony blood test and see if we can figure out a little bit like ahead of time or something. So if not, I was going to do the Harmony blood test. So at least we could figure out a little bit ahead of time because we really wanted to know by Christmas time. So I was super excited. Our ultrasound, or our technician that we had, who was doing our sonogram, she was amazing. And I've had her before doing other ultrasounds, so I already was comfortable with her and I knew her already. So that part was really nice to see her again too. And she said, okay, you have to trust me. It's gonna be right. I can tell. And so she's like, I've done these so many times. I know what I'm looking at. So we're like, okay, we trust you. So she wrote it down on a piece of paper and stuck it in an envelope. And we had got back to the house, and what we were gonna do was, it was about a week before Christmas. And we were going to have like a really nice dinner and open it up. But we're just thinking, no, it needs to be super special because this is our first child, the first grandchild. So we're like, no, it's gotta be special. So I came up with the idea to wrap the envelope and put it under the tree. And it was gonna be our Christmas present to each other. So we already knew we needed to be saving money and we weren't really going to be buying a lot of stuff for each other anyways. So it was perfect. So that was our Christmas gift. So, and it was really cute. I have the packaging right here so you can see. But so it was the envelope that she put the results in. And then we just had this little gift box. Well, it's not little. It was the only box that I had. So, but basically we just hid it in the Christmas tissue. So, and it was wrapped and it was the first present that was under the tree. So that was exciting to see it. And my mom still doesn't know to this day like how I waited to open it. But I was just thinking, no, it's gonna be a good surprise. So we were so scared too to open it. He really wanted a boy, and because he really wanted a boy, we had been calling it a he, or we had been calling the baby a he, and he had already picked a name. So a while back we had decided that if the baby was a boy, he would get to pick the name, and if the baby was a girl, I would get to pick the name. So he had already named him Elijah, and it was baby Elijah. Like, we had no clue, but it was just fun. So because he wanted a boy so bad, I knew, and I felt like it was a boy. And mainly because I didn't feel very girly, or I didn't feel basically all of the things that I was coming up with, like the nursery theme and all of the stuff, I was gravitating towards boy or more neutral colors. So that's why I just felt it was a boy. And everyone was saying how low I was carrying, that everyone thought it was a boy too. So I was like, I don't know, we'll see, you know. So we open up the envelope and it's a girl. I was in total shock. I kept saying, oh my gosh, are you serious? Are you serious? And Wesley's like, yeah, it says right here on the paper. Like, yes. So of course we were so ecstatic. And then we just immediately got really scared. And we're thinking, oh man, it's a girl, and now what? Like, our whole plan changed. It was no longer Elijah. We were gonna do a woodland, like forest theme nursery. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, now it's a little girl and I don't know what to do. So yeah, I mean, I wanted a girl, but it was just the realization of it, that it was a girl. It's a little more terrifying than a boy for some reason to us. And of course he was freaking out because he's thinking, oh my goodness, she's gonna have boyfriends and I'm gonna have to deal with drama and like all of these things that he has no clue how to deal with a girl. So that was really funny because you could see the panic on his face too. But yes, we are having a little girl and we could not be happier. I mean, now the whole thing is coming up with names, and yeah, we've had a lot of fun with it too. But I'll show you my belly. So I am 18 weeks today. So I don't know if you can really tell in this shirt or not. Yeah. So it's not too big right now, It does get bigger throughout the day. Oh, and I have my tacos for two, please shirt on. So it does get a lot bigger during the day. It's still pretty early and I haven't really eaten that much today. So by the end of the day, after I've had dinner, oh, I'm huge. Yeah, it was funny because Wesley keeps looking at me and he's like, "You're pregnant." I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, it's still, I mean, I don't even think until the baby, like until we're actually able to hold her, I don't think that it's really, like really registering yet. I mean, yeah, but it's exciting. So I figured now is the perfect time to start doing my videos again because there's gonna be a lot of fun stuff coming up. We're so excited. Oh my gosh, I feel like the nursery is, like putting together the nursery is going to be my favorite part of all this. I don't know, I guess that's most people's, is just shopping for things. Yeah, to make it like super cozy, and yeah, I can't wait. So I haven't had any more symptoms, which is really weird. I mean, I have been really exhausted, but other than that, I haven't had anything bad. So that part is really good. And I don't know if it means that my body's storing them all up for like the end and then I'm gonna be hit with like the whammy of all symptoms, but I'm enjoying it right now, so. But I'm gonna bring y'all along on my journey, so that'll be really exciting, because we had been talking too about wanting to have this experience documented too, because for the first few weeks we were just kind of like in shock too. So we weren't weighing me, we weren't measuring me, we weren't really doing any of those things. I wasn't taking weekly pictures. I mean, I see like a lot of people, they go like full, like, I mean, they go out, you know. We weren't doing any of that, and he even mentioned it the other day. He said, you know, we're gonna look back and we're gonna wish that we had all of this stuff, you know, recorded, and how like we're missing, I mean, we're enjoying it while it's here, but we're not going to remember it as well, you know, the times like when you felt like those initial things, or yeah. So I think this way we'll have a video log of everything, and everything will be where we can go back and look at it later. So I think that'll be super exciting too. So we'll be doing weekly updates too. He may even join in on some. I know he's like me. He's really camera shy, and I'm pretty much that way too. I still haven't gotten comfortable, which I know it's because I'm fairly new, so it's still weird, you know, just talking to a camera. But I may be able to talk him into doing some videos with me, so that would be super exciting. And I think it's just going to be a lot of fun shopping and doing the baby registry and getting everything set up. And yeah, so I will definitely take y'all along with me and then be giving y'all weekly updates as far as where I'm at, what I'm feeling, and little baby Williams. Okay, so